The real reason why these sci-fi movies never got sequels. Not every movie requires a sequel, but some classic sci-fi movies are too good to be standalone movies. However, despite the audience's request, we have not yet seen another glimpse of their sequels. In this video, we will try to dig around the main reason that these sci-fi movies never got sequels. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to our channel.
Take the fight to them.
When do we leave?
We are gonna kick some serious alien ass.
John Carter. The movie John Carter, 2012, was a direct adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' novel A Princess of Mars, 1912. Disney bought the rights and let Andrew Stanton from Pixar make the adaptation. Disney wasn't right in their mind when they decided to make an adaptation of a century-old forgotten sci-fi novel. Moreover, Andrew Stanton wasn't exactly the right choice since he had never made a non-animated movie. This was surely a recipe for disaster, because even the cast was also new and unknown to the audience. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Disney invested almost $370 million on production and marketing of John Carter. It was the most expensive movie ever made, but it grossed a total of $284 million around the globe and only $73 million in the US. Disney faced significant financial losses, and therefore, they called off the sequels and additional 10 installments of Burroughs' books. In 2014, the ownership of the series was also signed back to the author. Inception. The cinematography of Christopher Nolan and his scriptwriting is all praiseworthy. Since its release in 2010, Inception still continues to blow people's minds over the whole concept and great acting by the A-list cast. The movie is well known for its amazing cast, direction, music, as well as an original screenplay. So as a widely acclaimed sci-fi movie, the fans were really disappointed when there were no signs of a sequel for Inception. There were many rumors that the writer and director, Christopher Nolan, is working on Inception 2. However, he put a stop to all the rumors by stating in an interview with Deadline magazine that there would be no sequel of Inception because he viewed it as a single movie. As far as sequels go, I think of Inception as one film. That's how I approach all my films. He said that even Batman Begins was going to be a single movie, but his creative interest urged him to make 2 more. When I was making Batman Begins, I certainly didn't have any thoughts of doing a second Batman film, let alone a third. You never quite know where your creative interests are going to take you, but when I was making Inception, I viewed it as a standalone movie. Star Trek Nemesis. In the 80s and 90s, Star Trek was one of the most successful running film franchises under the name Star Trek: The Original Series. After 6 movies, they introduced Star Trek: The Next Generation with new characters. The first 3 films of The Next Generation performed well at the box office, earning an average of $129 million. But the 4th film, Star Trek Nemesis 2002, shut down any signs of more sequels in this rebooted series. Star Trek Nemesis made only $67 million, which was significantly lesser than its previous films. Moreover, Star Trek Nemesis faced a lot of competition with movies like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, which were also released that year. Star Trek was overshadowed by such names, and its failure to succeed on box office charts closed down all talk of sequels in the Next Generation series. Chronicle. Under 21st Century Fox, the sci-fi movie Chronicle 2012 did extremely well at the box office, earning $126 million worldwide. After worldwide success, 21st Century Fox did not push for a sequel, even though the audience would have loved to see a second part. Actually, the work on the sequel was stopped due to 2 major reasons. First, the screenwriter of Chronicle, Max Landis, was accused of sexual assault, and his career has faced a downhill since then. Secondly, the director was against the sequel. He told Collider, "I made it difficult for them to set up meetings. I was dodgy about stuff because I really didn't ever want to see Chronicle 2 happen. That was my worst nightmare." Even after 7 years, in 2019, when Disney acquired the rights of 21st Century Fox and they decided that Chronicle had no future for a sequel, and all talks on the movie's sequel were closed down. Battlefield Earth. Battlefield Earth is a long sci-fi epic that was first published in 1982 by Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. John Travolta was highly inspired by the book and pushed for an adaptation of the novel for almost 15 years. It was only in 2000 that the film was completed. John wanted to play the role of the protagonist, Johnny Goodboy Tyler. However, since the movie was adapted in 2000, Travolta was too old to play the protagonist. Therefore, he was cast as Turl. Travolta was also the producer and tried to cover Battlefield Earth in 2000 2 films. But when the first film, Battlefield Earth, didn't get a good response and earned only $29 million worldwide on a budget of $73 million, Travolta's plans were crushed. The movie was so terrible that it also got a 3% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, crushing all hopes of making its sequel, Spaceballs. Sometimes a movie becomes more famous due to its cast. That's what happened for Spaceballs. After the actors from the original movie drifted away from Hollywood or died, the chances of making its sequel also lessened. Spaceballs 1987 was one of the best films with great comic actors of the time. It was a parody of Star Wars and fully made fun of its franchise. It collected $38.1 million at the box office on a budget of $22.7 million. However, Spaceballs was unable to turn into a sequel or spin-offs like Star Wars. Although the sequel to Spaceballs was promised, Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, it never happened because of production and direction's delay. Now in 2021, almost all of the actors, Candy, Dick Van Patten, Joan Rivers, have passed away 3 decades later, and the ones who are alive, Brooks and Rick Moranis, have retired from acting, making it impossible to have another sequel. Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest is another sci-fi movie that deserved a sequel, but the production left the fans hanging. After the release in 1999, the film was an instant success, earning $90.7 million at the box office. Alan Rickman as Dr. Lazarus was a famous role in this movie, and due to the death of Alan Rickman in 2016, the sequel and the idea of the Galaxy Quest TV show was stopped. His actors shared that the sequel would feel dark and sad without Rickman, and the production halted the Galaxy Quest 2 production. Another reason that the fans couldn't see the sequel was that Bob Gordon had included a lot of witty jokes and scenes, but DreamWorks insisted on cutting them out. As a majority of the scenes were cut to make it a children's movie at Christmas, Bob Gordon was against the second movie. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. E.T. the Extraterrestrial 1982 was an original take on the alien-hunting government agents and how the aliens avoided them. It was the highest-grossing movie of all time by earning $792.9 million at the box office, and it was gained 9 nominations for Academy Award. The director, Steven Spielberg's career skyrocketed, and he became the greatest filmmaker of the generation. However, this awesome movie left the fans wanting more. For this purpose, the director, Spielberg, and screenwriter Melissa Matheson started to plan a sequel. They even wrote a 9-page outline of the E.T. 2 Nocturnal Fears. However, they felt like the sequel had a very different plot than the original movie. At last, Spielberg realized that it was a bad idea, and they called off all of the plans for the sequel. At the American Film Institute, he explained, "Sequels can be very dangerous because they compromise your truth as an artist. I think a sequel to E.T. would do nothing but rob the original of its virginity." That's a wrap of today's video. Would you like to see a sequel to any movie mentioned above? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.